Hi, my name is Gustavo Remon. I'm in the Recording Arts program, and I'm going to interview a good friend of mine and an assistant engineer in Metalwork Studios at Toronto, Canada. Arturo Fumayor answered the podcast questions I sent to him. For the first question, what do you see as the role of visual arts in our mass-mediated world, and particularly in your profession? He said, "Well, I believe that visual arts nowadays is more important than the actual product, music-wise. It's more important how the product is wrapped because it's the way marketing works. It's a shame that the successful albums are not always related to good music." For the second question, which new communication and media technologies, imagery is almost instantly available? Do you believe that this is having a positive or negative influence on the industry? He said, "I believe that anything that inspires people to create and experiment with art is great. Technology is just a tool for our creative process. Could be your iPhone camera to the newest lexicon reverb. If we have more people interested in art, we'll improve the art, and later on we'll improve our industry and culture." For the third question, what popular images do you see that are frequently rechanneled throughout the entertainment industry? He said, "Sex. I'm not old enough to say exactly when this sexual revolution took over the music industry, but it has become annoying to the point that that's what people is expecting, and if you don't do that or relate to the trend your product, it won't sell." For the fourth question, are there particular images that industry has popularized or created? He said, "The female pop throne. The music industry created the female pop idol sensation a long time ago. Of course, it has changed a little bit with history and society, but still is the biggest income for labels. From Diana Ross and Donna Summers to Madonna, Britney Spears, and Katy Perry. It's not bad at all. I think it's a good way to keep the audience identified with their generation roots. A 15-year-old girl in the early 2000s were very likely to be a Britney Spears fan. Nowadays, she could listen to Katy Perry or Nicki Minaj, but they will always be identified with that pop idol when they were 15-year-old. For the next question, who is your favorite visual artist and what is your favorite style of visual art? He said, "Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a big fan of visual art, although I like Andy Warhol and the way he distorted images by changing colors. I think it's interesting and reflects in some way the perspective of life. What you see is not the same thing I see." Sixth question. How has your knowledge of famous artwork influenced your creative process? And he said, "It depends. Some artists give me a free pass to mix and record, and they trust my artistic way to perform those tasks. On the other hand, some artists want me to perform my duties based on their look, on trendy music, or any art at all. Of course, my way to approach mixes or recording will vary between those two options. I grew up listening to my dad's and older brother's music, so I can say that's the only artwork that heavily influenced me on my early years. Later on, I developed my own taste on music and art, but always being influenced by those early years."